Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Arafat mujeeb from FEI Higher Secondary Institute. Today I am with chapter number 5. Chapter is our environment, and in this chapter my topic is today human activities which leads these days interruption towards the changing of environment, which later on in future is the global warming, here acid rain formation. Both of the two take place in majority by the human activities, and due to the human intervention an environment change take place. Here let us we have a discuss about this chapter, and it is biology 10th standard. Now ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज़ आज हम रिमार्क करते हैं, अब इसने ज़्यादा इंटरवीन किया है इन ऑल्टरिंग द कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट विच लेटर ऑन we feel that adverse impacts of the changing environment. These days man is now remarked out in a whole that it is completely responsible in changing the environment and leads to disruption, and with it have various adverse implications which we these days find out in the air, in the water, in the soil. Now in the same here take place one of the global warming. Here global warming. In global, what is global warming? It causes warmth to the earth, and एवरेज, अगर हम एवरेज टेम्परेचर की बात हम कर लेंगे, एवरेज टेम्परेचर ऑफ द अर्थ which is 15 degrees Celsius, and it is convenient, it is this temperature, earth's temperature, which is earth's mean temperature. What is global warming? It is the warmth to the earth's surface which approximate is mean temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and is convenient for the survival of life on the earth. Therefore, because of the global warming, there is possible survival of the life on the earth's surface, and it is a warm to some extent and is feasible to the life to the earth's surface, and it has importance that our earth is being a warm and is convenient for the survival of the microscopic or macro sized living organisms. Now these days it is a challenging threat. These days it is a challenging threat to us that it becomes a difficult because of the continuous raising of earth's mean temperature. अर्थ का जो मीन टेम्परेचर है वो आज दिन ब दिन बढ़ता जा रहा है, जिसकी वजह से एक दिक्कत वाली बात हो गई है कि टू द मीन टेम्परेचर कहा जाता है टू 2050 ईयर्स पे, इस साल पे ईयर पे अर्थ का मीन टेम्परेचर चला जाएगा 0.5 degrees Celsius to the Earth's mean temperature will rise to that 0.5 degrees Celsius, which is very dangerous, which is very problematic. If industries, factories continue to run and there is a high rate of deforestation, and तो यहाँ पे जो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग है ये convenient है to the earth's surface, but the continuous activities of the man, of the human, this becomes global warming a problematic task, a problematic factor. We are not these days controlling the earth's mean temperature. It is day to day raising. Then there is a direct and indirect impacts of the global warming. How the global warming take place? What is its mechanism? Global जो warming होता है Earth's temperature, it is raising by it. There is a mechanism, greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect due to the greenhouse. It caused due to the greenhouse gases. These are the GHGs, greenhouse gases. Due to the presence of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, I mean the kiss part of strata of the atmosphere, troposphere of the atmosphere is composed of GHGs, greenhouse gases, which causes the greenhouse effects and leads to global temperature and maintains the Earth's temperature, which is suitable for the survival of the life in the marine, on the surface, inside the Earth, outermost part of the Earth. It is suitable. How the greenhouse gases maintain, how it causes the greenhouse effect and how it maintains the Earth's temperature. And Earth should not be cold. If it is cold, then there is no possibility of life. That means to some extent Earth should be warm, and it is feasible, it is comfortable to the survival of the life. Therefore, how global warming takes place due to the greenhouse gases. In the atmosphere, we can say these greenhouse gases reabsorb long wave radiations, that means heat radiation. Infrared radiations की क्या होती है, which travels in a long wave manner, तो इनकी क्या होती है, reabsorption. There is a reabsorption due to the and work is of greenhouse gases. तो यहाँ से जब इनकी re-radiation होती है, जब they are re-radiation of the infrared radiation, these are known as the heat radiations. Then these heat radiations are absorbed by the greenhouse gases in the troposphere of the atmosphere. Then they trap these radiations and not allow to escape into the outer atmosphere. How Earth's mean temperature is maintained? Let us we explain it with the help of the diagram. Say it is the Earth. Say it is the sun. Say radiation is coming up from the sun. It reaches to the Earth's surface here. Radiations. Here you say that the infrared radiations जो या infrared rays जो आते हैं, radiations आते हैं from the sun. Sun also has the heat radiations heat radiations. These are the heat, they carry the heat energy and they reaches to the earth's surface. Some part 100% may, some part is reflected, some part is transmitted, some part is reabsorbed. Earth is a bulk, massive. It absorbs. Here is the absorption. Earth's surface absorb these infrared radiations during the daytime. When these radiations fall on the earth's surface during the daytime, these radiations from the sun travel in a short wavelength. With a short wavelength से ये travel होते हैं to the earth's surface, and earth's surface absorption take place here. The mass of substance, bulk mass of it absorbs the short wavelength traveling infrared radiations. These are the heat radiations by the earth's surface. When there is the absorption of the radiation during the daytime, we can say the daytime. And when there is the night, then this body is heat. Now it is a storage of the thermal radiations. Now it has high concentration of thermal radiations on during the night. क्या होता है जब इसने ये radiations absorb किए है अर्थ ने. Now during the night time में क्या होता है? When there is night, in the atmosphere there are the gases: carbon dioxide, hydrogen gas, there are the water vapors, there are the methane gas, various gases. Then here, after they absorb, earth's temperature raises up. Now according, here is the two body. Now is the atmosphere, now is the earth's body. Earth's surface is now, they have high thermal conductivity, they have high temperature here. It retains thermal radiations. Now it is a storage of heat radiations. At the night time it will re-radiate. इसने इससे पहले सन रेडिएशन को एब्जॉर्ब किया है, अब इसका टेम्परेचर रेज हो गया ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम. तो क्या हुआ? इट स्टोर्स दीज रेडिएशंस. व्हेन देयर इज अ टेम्परेचर fall in temperature to the then there is a fall in temperature, atmosphere and the earth. They are the two different bodies. Now due to the temperature difference, these radiations are they are re-radiated by the earth's surface. These are re-radiated to the earth's surface and goes to these radiations are re-emitted. Now what are these? These are the radiations which emitted by the earth's surface into the atmosphere. In the atmosphere these are the greenhouse gases. Now these are again the thermal radiations, that means heat radiation. Infrared radiations are, these are radiated by the earth's surface, by the earth they are radiation takes place. Now they are taking long wave radiation. Now they travel long wave radiations. Now they are the long wave radiation. But as we see, in the atmosphere there are the CHGs, greenhouse gases. They will not allow these infrared radiation which are re-emitted by the earth's surface. They are highly absorbed by the carbon dioxide, by the hydrogen gas, by the water vapors, by the methane, by the nitrogen oxides. They reabsorb. There is the absorption of these infrared radiations which travels with long wave in form. These long wave is then absorbed by the atmosphere. In the atmosphere there is the greenhouse gases, various greenhouse gases like these, and will not allow to escape into the outer atmosphere. Then in this way, the Earth's temperature, Earth is covered, it is surrounded by, it is covered by the atmosphere. Then Earth's atmosphere, troposphere, स्पेसिफिक वे में इस अर्थ टेम्परेचर को मेंटेन करता है. नाउ how this is how the global temperature take place. Now how due to the human activities these days the global temperature becomes it becomes these days a threat. कैसे threat बना? तो क्या हुआ आपको पता है कि due to the activities of the human there is a high concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, hydrogen, nitrogen oxides, water vapors या मीथेन या CFCs की बात हम कर लेंगे. इनकी concentration day to day by the burning of fossil fuels there is high concentration of carbon dioxide, sulfur oxides, or by burning of the coal there is a nitrous oxides, automobile there is a sulfur oxides. These causes these gases start accumulating huge in concentration above the normal. In concentration they start accumulating the troposphere of the atmosphere, and there is the absorption of these radiations which in turn causes which have been re-radiated by the earth, and these infrared radiations traveling by long waves form, then they are highly absorbed. इनकी ज़्यादा absorption होने लगेगी. तो क्योंकि ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है या मीथेन या नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड या CFCs, they are the greenhouse gases, they cause the greenhouse effect and maintain the earth's constant temperature, but these days it becomes the threat, a challenging threat. Now we have to combat, we have to fight against this. Today is there much more pollution in the air because the high vehicular movement, rate of deforestation is increased. There is the high growth in the industries and factories leads to here, and burning of the garbages. There are some worst natural disasters, volcanic eruption, forest fires. They lead us to the nuclear power plants explosions. They lead us to high concentration of gases molecules into the atmosphere. There is a high absorption. क्या होगा नतीजा क्या निकलेगा? High absorption of the infrared radiations which travels along. तो यहाँ पे ये ज़्यादा radiations क्या हो गए, वो ब्लॉक हो गए, तो अर्थ का टेम्परेचर क्या होगा, वो इंक्रीज हो गया. तो इंसान ह्यूमन एक्टिविटीज के कारण ये पोल्यूटेंट्स ज़्यादा पाया जाता है एटमॉस्फेयर में, तो जिसके वजह से एक बुरी तरह से हमारा अर्थ का टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होता जा रहा है. अगर हम बात कर लेंगे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का कंट्रीब्यूशन रहता है 60% 100 में से इन द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ द इंफ्रारेड रेडिएशंस एंड इंक्रीजिंग द टेम्परेचर, अर्थ टेम्परेचर. और बाकियों का जो अदर गैसेस है उसमें आएगा हाइड्रोजन गैस, मीथेन गैस, CFCs. अदर गैसेस का रहता है कलेक्टिवली 40% contribution in causing the absorption of radiation, in causing the greenhouse effect. तो 60% खाली इसका 60% है, that means more than the 50% contribution is alone of carbon dioxide. Therefore we should have a major control on the carbon dioxide. Then we should decline and we should reduce the rate of deforestation, as plants are major sink of the major utilizers of the carbon dioxide gas. Then we should plant more and more trees in our vicinity, and we should improve our land areas, and we should avoid any kind of pollution. There should be control in traffic mass, and there should be check out on the industries, factories, and various manufacturing goods. Demand should be less, and there should be compromise in every case, in every way. That means in this way now Earth's temperature is day to day increasing. There is adverse effects on. What are the effects of the global warming? There is a rise in sea level constant, then polar ice caps begins to melt. 2-3 दिन से पहले ही पेपर में आया था a huge chunk of the polar cap have been distracted, have been cracked, have been melted. A paper में report में आया था in the polar regions. Then it is a red alert here these days due to the increasing Earth's temperature, due to the pollution. Also, when much more gaseous pollutant accumulate in the atmosphere, which there is a reabsorption of the highly absorption of radiations, infrared radiation or thermal radiation, when they are radiated by the Earth's surface at the night time. Then there is an increase in the Earth's temperature in the whole. Second is when there is an increase in the global temperature, then the Earth's mean temperature will be increasing, will be rise up. Then it is very problematic to the survival of the life, aquatic life, marine aquatic life, terrestrial life, both के लिए problem है. और and the coastal areas की बात हम कर लेंगे, which is very close to the seas. They will remain submerged, and coastal areas will be occupied by the water, submerged. They will be submerged by the water, and there will be a loss of lives, properties, and the wastage of the land there. Then ecological disturbance takes place as the deserts becomes more. Desertification will be there, a reduction in rainfall, disruption in the water cycle, floods takes place, much more chances. There is the cyclones, hurricanes takes places. There could be the damage in the lagoons, estuaries, and coral reef. वहाँ पे भी इससे क्या होगा, मतलब उनकी रिडक्शन आ सकती है कोरल रीफ की पॉपुलेशन में. कोस्टल एरियाज की हम बात करेंगे, मैरीन एरियाज की बात हम करेंगे. देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लमेटिक एडवर्स इम्पैक्ट्स ऑफ द ग्लोबल वार्मिंग. किस हद तक ये प्रॉब्लमेटिक हो सकता है. हमने देखा इतना ही कुछ नहीं. ग्लोबल वार्मिंग से क्या होगा, एग्रीकल्चर जो होगा, इफेक्ट ऑन एग्रीकल्चर किस गरज से, व्हेन देयर इज अ हाई concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, there would be the high rate of photosynthesis. When there is a high rate of photosynthesis, then the rate of transpiration will be reduced, and water reabsorption will be more and more. There would be high development, growth of the root system would develop होंगे, and the soil becomes deficient in the nitrogen in the soil. And there is also if we talk about it, there will be high nitrogen fixation in the root nodules of the leguminous plants. That means agriculture can also be affected by the global warming indirectly, as the rate of carbon dioxide is high, there is a rate of photosynthesis high. Then there is a taking up of water absorption by the root system. The root system will be highly developed by the plants, and it is a problematically decline in the water tables there, reduction in the aquifers when the plant roots reach there, and there would be decline in the surface water, moisture would be reduced there. And in this way तो यहाँ पे इस तरह की दिक्कत वाली बात होती है ग्लोबल वार्मिंग से. Therefore, then we go to the next here, acid rain formation. How acid rain, it is also a problematic. Acid rain takes place, and it is the rain which contains the acids like H2SO4, नाइट्रिक एसिड. तो ये एसिड्स खास तौर देखा जाता है रेनफॉल में. व्हेन देयर इज अ रेनफॉल, देयर इज अ एसिडिक रेनफॉल. हमने देखा है एसिडिक रेनफॉल is problematic, and it is an environment degradation. And वहाँ उस एरियाज पे जो इंडस्ट्रियल और विक्यूलर एरिया हो, विक्यूलर मैस एरिया, जहाँ पे विक्यूलर ट्रैफिक ज़्यादा हो, और इंडस्ट्रीज, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और या ऑयल रिफाइनरीज की बात हम कर लेंगे. इससे क्या होता है, देन आपको पता है कि इन फैक्ट्रीज, इंडस्ट्रीज में देयर इज अ बर्निंग कोल रिलीजेस द नाइट्रोजन ऑक्साइड, sulfur oxide which goes into the atmosphere. If in automobile there is a formation of automobiles are equally responsible. When there is a heavy movement of vehicles, carbon monoxide, there is a formation of sulfur dioxide, which is from the ऑटोमोबाइल एग्जॉस्ट से निकलते हैं ये गैसेस विच गोज इनटू द एटमॉस्फेयर. दैट मीन्स एसिड रेन का जो सोर्सेस है दैट आर द इंडस्ट्रीज फैक्ट्रीज विच आर रन अप बाय द humans, and forest fire also releases the sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide gas into the upper reach of the atmosphere. When there is the many sources, when there are many sources of burning of fossil fuels also leads to the formation of nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, carbon monoxides, carbon dioxides. When these sources, when there is the atmosphere, in the atmosphere, it is the atmosphere, when there is a source is rich in the nitrogen, it is carbon, it is sulfur, then there is a possibility when burning takes place, when their utilization takes place, इस source में nitrogen है, carbon dioxide है, sulfur है, when their utilization takes place, then there is a releasing of the sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, then there could be the when excess oxygen, then there is the formation of sulfate in the atmosphere. Also in the atmosphere there is a release of the carbon dioxide gas by burning of these source, also the nitrogen oxides. हाँ, आपको पता ही है कि एटमॉस्फेयर में क्या होता है. There is also the presence of the water vapors. When there is a chemical reactions between the sulfur dioxide या sulfur trioxide और water की बात हम कर लेंगे, there is a chance of formation of sulfurous acid formation. It is in aqueous state. Also if there is a sulfate and then it combines with later on the extra water vapors, then there is a formation of sulfuric acid.